Hey, what's going on everybody? This is Jacob Grutter coming at you with another video. Today I'm going to show you how to change the transmission fluid and filter on a 2019 Ram 1500. This is a 5.7 liter V8. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what tools you need and then jack it up and get it ready to go. For this install, you're going to want 6 liters of OEM spec transmission fluid as well as your filter. You're going to want a T40 to a 1/4 socket as well as an 8. And this is going to be a hex bit here. You're going to want a 10mm wrench and a 10mm hex bit. This is hard to find. If you don't have it in your toolbox, you may just want to order online. For me, I had a hard time finding it. I went to several stores and had no luck, so I eventually just had to order off of Amazon. I'll put the link in the description for that. Came with the hardware, which is nice in the pack, as well as an upstream pump kit and a fill plug. And you're going to want a torque wrench. We'll go over different torque specifications a little bit later. But yeah, let's go on. Let's check our temps on the transmission and then get to draining the trans. Starting on the install, make sure your trans temp is below 89 degrees. From there, you can go ahead and drain the fluid. Another important piece of information is to have the truck level whenever you're changing the transmission fluid. That way, when you fill it up, it's also going to be level. So yeah, let's go ahead and get this process started. Coming underneath the truck here, this is going to be your fill plug. I'm going to go ahead and loosen that, make sure I can actually get it loose. It would be a shame if I drained the transmission fluid and I was not able to fill it. So let's go ahead and break that loose and go from there. Now that I was able to break that fill plug free, let's go ahead and drain the transmission. This is going to be a little bit harder to do, but just have some patience. You're going to want to snake the 10mm hex bit up in there to your drain plug. Kind of weird that they put it right next to the exhaust, so if you wanted to work on it, just make sure it's nice and cool because you will burn yourself if not. So let's go ahead and loosen that and get the fluid drained. Now that it's pretty much drained out, we're going to put the fill plug back up in there and then clean off this residue. Now that I've drained the transmission, I'm going to work my way from the front to the rear with a T40 Torx bit. I'm just going to loosen them all, and then we're going to leave 2 bolts kind of tighter just to hold it up, so whenever I do take it out, I can kind of hold it steadily and not get a whole bunch of transmission fluid on me. There's still going to be leftovers, so make sure you have a pan beneath it. But yeah, let's go ahead and start loosening all these guys. Before I move this bolt and that one right there, I'm going to go ahead and jack the transmission up. There's 3 16mm bolts. I'll just take a socket and an impact wrench and get those out, and then I'll be able to jack it up with the jack. Okay, I've got the transmission jacked up. Let's go ahead and remove the old pan and put the new one on. And we'll go ahead and start putting the new fluid in.
Drop the bass.
Now that I've got the transmission filter off, it's kind of cool to look at. So let's go ahead and go and get the new filter and slap that on. Before you slap the new filter on, make sure to put a little bit of oil around here, just to make it a little bit easier to go up in there and seal properly. Another note to add is to tighten down your drain plug. Just make sure it's nice and snug so no fluid comes out. From there, we're going to clean off the underside where the transmission is. Over here, just making sure that we get a nice clean surface for our new filter. So what I've done, it's going to take a little bit of pressure to get that that O-ring up in there. You just got to put a little bit of pressure and it'll go right in. Just make sure it's snug. And then what you're going to do is, just to make it easier, just have 4 points, front and back, and literally just all you do is snug them and snug everything else. And then there's a pattern, a cross pattern that you'll do with a wrench, and I'll show you how to do that in just a little bit. Just for now, get all of these bolts in snug. Now that I have all of the bolts kind of snug, you're going to grab a T40 Torx bit with a torque wrench. You're going to go to 10 Newton meters of torque. That way you get a proper seal on this guy. After that, we're gonna lower down the transmission and we're gonna put those bolts back in so it secures the transmission. And then from there, we're gonna fill her up, take the plug out, and put the new plug in after we fill her up. And I'll show you what to do from there. All right, we got these torqued down to spec. Let's go ahead and lower the transmission, get those bolts on, and then we'll go ahead and start filling up the trans. Let's go. Drain plug is out. We're gonna go ahead and snake that little tube up in there, and we're going to fill it up until it starts dripping out. Once it starts dripping out, we'll put the drain plug on and go from there. So the stream had started, so I put the fill plug, the new one, in there. It's kind of snug, just to hold the fluids in. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to start the vehicle and let it idle. So go around here. I'm going to start it, and then I'm going to let it idle for a couple seconds. I'm going to go back down. I'm going to undo the fill plug because it's going to suck up all of that new fluid, and it's going to lower the level of the fluid. So I'll go up back in there and I'll top it off until it starts draining again. After you plug it up, go start the truck, put it in neutral, let it run for a few seconds. While it's in neutral, go down, undo the fill plug. If it's streaming, perfect, you got enough stream, put the plug back up. But if you don't have any stream, you're gonna have to put some more fluid in there until it starts streaming out just a little bit. Then put that plug back up, tighten her down, make sure she's still in neutral, go up there and put her down on the ground, and she should be good, man. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, please let me know. Drop it down in the comments. Please leave a like and subscribe. See you in the next one.